This tool is one of my favorites, and it's called the energy bubble. It's hard to shield yourself all the time from the energy of other people or the energy of the world around you, especially if it's not all that positive. And the bubble is really your tool that helps you protect your own energy so that you're not kind of being like batted all around by everything that's happening around you. So just imagine that you are in this giant bubble, bubbles where you could literally run in the bubble if you wanted to. You could do yoga, you have plenty of space. This is your area of protection. And inside that bubble is all of the work that you do on yourself. It is your I am statements. It's all the mental tennis you've played. It is your dreams. It is everything that you're working really intentionally and really hard on to get your life where you want it to be, to get yourself where you want it to be. And so imagine that someone is coming up to you with a big steak knife and they're trying to pop your bubble. Well, you want to be protective of that. You want to be like, man, I put in a ton of work on this. You're not going to come and pop my bubble that easily. That is what other people's energy is trying to do to us all day long, whether they are making maybe a snide comment or being passive aggressive, or you have a boss that drives you crazy, whatever your situation is. If we are just kind of out moving in the world and we don't have that bubble of protection, we're really vulnerable to having it affect our mood, having it affect how our day goes, and then worse, having it affect kind of what we're manifesting and bringing into our life. So we want to control the controllable. And when I imagine that I don't want anyone popping my bubble, instead of a steak knife coming at me at the bubble, it is like a piece of paper. And on the piece of paper, it hits the side of my bubble and I can read it so I can see, hey, I see your mood. I see those words you're trying to say to me. I see that snapback, but I'm not absorbing it. I'm not a sponge. I'm not allowing it in. I can read it outside and I can say, pause. I'm going to do my little yoga breathing in here. And guess what? You are not going to affect me that way. I get to choose. So it gives you almost just a split second of a reminder. Hey, I can choose how I react, respond, or receive this vibe, words, negativity, scrolling, whatever the case is. So that quick reminder that you are in a bubble of protection. You've done the work to protect yourself. You've done the work to intentionally decide who you want to be and where you want to go and what type of people you want to surround yourself with and what type of life you want to have. And so, are you going to let this thing derail all that? Yes or no? Giving yourself that moment of pause to kind of see it for what it is without emotional attachment. If I can take that pause and say, hey, I'm in control of how I feel. One of my favorite mottos in this instance is no one has the power to affect my energy unless I let them. No one has the power to affect me or my energy unless I let them. And no one has the power to define you unless you let them. So that little pause reminds you, hey, it's my choice. Am I taking this in or am I not? And guess what? If that doesn't serve me, if that is not the identity I want to wear, if that is not how I want to feel, if that is not who I want to be, I can say, okay, I appreciate your thoughts. Thank you for sharing that with me. I personally don't believe that that is true. Move on. And so it is one of the ways to like de-escalate triggers, if you will, so that I can start to deactivate those things that were triggering me before and just kind of sending me all over the place. So energy bubble is super powerful. It's great to use for anytime you're interacting with someone who normally does trigger you or annoys you or is difficult to be around. So if I need protection and I don't want to like be going all over the place emotionally, I want to remember, hey, I've worked really hard for this piece that I'm bringing into my life. I've worked really hard to define who I am. I'm not going to let anybody take that away from me.